Hi guys, it's Crystal. Today I want to show you guys how to make this super cute Mickey that's in Cricut Design Space. We're going to create two different t-shirts because I want to show you guys two different glitter HTVs from Siser. So we're going to take this super cute Mickey. If you guys don't know, Cricut has a lot of Disney characters. They truly do. They're like $1.99 each and then they're yours. Now obviously there is commercial use issues because they are Disney images, so make sure you guys read their angel policy. But I definitely want to show you guys how to make this super cute Mickey. We're going to be using our iPad today and our Cricut Explore Air 2. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go over some of the supplies that I will be using in today's project. Number one, I'm going to be using my iPad along with the Cricut Explore Air 2. I'm going to be using my Cricut Easy Press for my heat source. This is the 6x7. And then for my blank here, I'm using Bella Canvas. I believe these are the 3001. They're 100% cotton. It's my favorite brand when it comes to t-shirts. Now, for my HTV, I'm going to be using Siser Easyweed, and I'm going to be using their glitter. So I want to make two different t-shirts. I'm going to make the same design twice so I can show you two of their glitters. Now, they do actually have another one, which is called Twinkle. So you have Siser HTV glitter, you have their Sparkle. This one is Sparkle, and then this one is Twinkle. Now, the difference between these ones are smooth, so you can't feel the glitter. It's inside, just like the Easyweed. Now, this one here, it has texture, so you can feel the glitter. It's not going to come off or anything, but you have texture, where these are just as smooth as Siser Easyweed. Now, the Twinkle is just a little bit thicker than the Sparkle, so there's the difference, and you can even get it in this super cute rainbow. All right, now I'm going to be using these two. This one right here is Pink Lemonade, so check this out. Look at that sparkle. It's one of my favorites right now, and like I said, it is basically like Siser Easyweed, so you would use the same settings as you would the Siser Easyweed. So basically with a Cricut, you're going to use everyday iron on. So I can simply turn my dial to iron on for this material. Now, when it comes to this one, which is Siser's Glitter, this is their red. It's my all-time favorite color when it comes to Siser's HTV. It is absolutely gorgeous. Super, super pretty, which once we pull this back, you guys will really see that. You'll really be able to see that sparkle and shine. But this one here, when it comes to the Cricut Explore Air 2, I just turn it to custom, and then I type in glitter in all materials and find glitter HTV for this one here. Now, with these ones here, I believe you can get them in 12 by 20 sheets, and you can get these in 12 by 12 sheets. Now, the other thing that I'll be using today is my pen tool. If you guys have not tried this weeding tool, you guys are missing out. I'm super obsessed. I own them in all of the colors now. And what's really cool is it's got this needle on the end there, and it's a dream when it comes to weeding. All right, so let's go ahead and start with Cricut Design Space. I've got my design here, but I need to size it out and figure out what size I want to create this. So let's go ahead and get our ruler here. I'm gonna get one of my t-shirts. These are extra small. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a ruler here and figure out about where I want this design to be. So if I do a great big Mickey, I could do about 9 inches wide comfortably, or I could do something around 8 inches, because you have to remember his ears are quite large. So his face may only be right about here, but his ears will come out. So I'm actually going to go ahead and stick with that 9 inches. So if you come down here to edit, which is right here, you can change those sizes and widths here. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got my width to 9 inches, which gives us 8 inches high. So we could come back and double check and make sure we're going to be happy with that. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So you want to make sure you're coming down around 3 fingers down to double check here. So that's going to give us a nice size. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now the first thing I need to do, I forgot the last time I used this, I used my joy. So I'm going to change that. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit my face right up here at the top. And I'm going to click Machine Setup, and I'm going to change it. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to change it here from Joy to my Explore Air 2. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to turn on Mirror before I forget. Just like so. All right, so we're ready. So let's go ahead and cut out our HTV. And I'm just going to feed this right through the back. Now, when you're cutting down your HTV, I highly recommend that you start with your shortest side first and then your long side. So for example, we're doing a 9 by 10, so I want to cut 9 and then the 10. So I can simply roll this back up and reapply my piece of tape. All right, I'm going to open that back up, and now we're going to cut it down to 10. All right, so now I've got my piece of black, and I need to cut that one more time. All right, so now I've got my pieces of black. I'm actually going to come back over here to my mats, and did you know that you can repeat this process twice? So since I'm making this design twice, right here I can change my copies. I'm going to change that to 2. Now when I get to this point, sometimes I make a call. I'm not happy with how tiny these M's are, and I'm not too sure. I have decided I don't want the M's on the side of the glasses. I think they're just way too tiny. So we're just going to go ahead and hit hide selected on each one. All right, so for this, I can simply close this up. And with this one, I'm actually going to bring it in this way since I've already got a piece cut over there. And we need a 1, so I'm going to start with the smaller. So I've got 1. By 2. Same thing, I'm going to do 1. By 2. Now I like to save pieces like this for font and stuff like that. All my little small pieces I have may have more stuff like this in the future. If not, you could always take a pair of scissors and trim that off so you're not wasting a big strip like this. And I'm actually going to move one of these to another mat because I forgot that these are 2 different textures, so 2 different cut settings. So I'm actually going to move this to another mat. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit the 3 dots again. See the 3 dots? And I'm going to say move object, and I'm going to say new mat. For this material, it's pink. So I'm going to do that, and I'll move it all the way over here. And that way now we're ready to go. Here we go. Let's start with our glitter first, and we'll get it out of the way. And let's make sure this is mirrored as well. So everything is mirrored. So let's go ahead and start with our glitter and get it out of the way since it's a different setting. Okay, so we're going to hit continue. I've got the dial on custom. Now for this setting, sometimes you have to go to all materials, type in glitter, and you choose glitter iron on. But for me, it's setting right up here at the top. So I'm going to hit that now, and we're ready to go. So let's load it. So I'm going to take my blue mat here. We're going to load it upside down and load it just like so. And we're going to hit go. All right, we're going to hit unload, remove this one. And now we are going to go ahead and do our Mickeys, right? So with this, we're going to turn the dial to iron on because that's the same setting for Easyweed. So now I'm going to go ahead and load this on the mat. Make sure, since these are 2 different measurements, 9 by 10, make sure you're putting this in the correct position. Load it. Now what I love about the Cricut Explore Air 2 is using the 2x speed. To turn on fast mode is right here. You're just going to click it and you're good to go. Now we're going to hit go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and unload this. You can just kind of flip your mat over if you feel a little bit easier. We're going to move that one out of the way and load the next one. Same thing, making sure we're paying attention to what direction for the size. Smooth everything out and load. So as you can see, our fast mode is turned on. I leave mine on, but if you wanted to turn it back off, you could definitely just hit that again and it would turn off, but I'm going to leave mine on all the way through. We're going to hit go. Now while this is going, I'll start weeding this out. First, I'm going to start with our glitter piece here. So I'm going to take my little pin, get a corner, and peel right up. Now hopefully you guys can see a little bit better. for the texture so you guys can see it through there. So this one right here, hopefully you guys can see the sparkle. It's so cute, but I love how bright and vibrant their glitter is. All right, so we're gonna set our tongue out of the way and we're gonna go ahead and weed Mickey. Taking that little pen tool, start in your corner and weed. Now before I do that, I'm actually going to trim down. I always try to save everything that I possibly can. So I actually can save quite a bit right here. I've got a little chunk there I can save and one on the other side. And I've got a little small chunk here. I can do the same. There we go. And I'll set these out of the way. Something I recommend is getting like a little trash bin like this. This is a collapsible one. I've had it for a long time from like the sewing department. But you could throw this, you can get these on Amazon and stuff. I'll try to link them down below. But you could use a Tupperware, whatever it is. I do recommend that when you're weeding. It just makes your life so much easier. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and unload this and load our last piece. So we're gonna load that last little piece of pink. Once again, the Siser Sparkle is just the same setting as Easyweed. So we're gonna load it. So I've got it on iron on and we are ready to go. Once again, it's on fast mode and I'm happy with that. I'm gonna hit go. All right, we're gonna unload that. So that was our very last piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and set everything out of the way. Now, I want to show you guys a little tip. So if you guys are struggling, when you go to weed and you can't remember, okay, do I keep this part or do I keep this part? Do I keep this part? Do I keep this part? All you simply need to do is go back to your image of your design. So I'm going to go back to Canvas, pull back up my design, and I can keep this right over here in the corner. So that way I can see what I'm doing. All right. So you can flip your design over and you can compare the two and say, okay, everything looks good. I think I've weeded out everything that I need to, and I've kept everything that I need to. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside. We're gonna weed out the other one and we'll be right back. All right, so the last piece I need to weed out is my piece of Siser Sparkle, which basically, like I said, is the exact same thing as Siser Easyweed. So you're just going to weed off a corner. Now I wanted to show you guys this because I want you guys to see this. See this sparkle? It's fantastic. So see how nice that is? It's nice and sparkly. The difference is this one is super smooth. So it's just as smooth as Siser Easyweed, where this one has texture, this one is still smooth, right? So you can see the difference between the pink and the red. I'm almost loving the pink. Push pause, let me know in the comments below, do you guys like the pink one or the red one so far? Let me know. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our t-shirts. Now, a little quick tip from me is when you're working with layers, I go ahead and layer all of my layers on here in the order that they're gonna go on the t-shirt. So for example, the face is gonna go down first, then the mouth. Now, if there was other pieces, I would do the same thing. So if it was gonna be his ears, then his face, then his tongue, I would put it in that order. So that way, whenever I go to line this up on my t-shirt, I don't have to worry about peeling that layer off. This would continue to stay because this layer would stay on the t-shirt and I would pull everything else off, place it again, peel off, place it again, peel off, if that makes sense. So I do it in layers like that so I can see everything, line everything up right here and have it good to go. So that's another little tip from me. How cute would this be on this mat? This needs to be embedded in the mat. So adorable. Okay, so scoot that out of our way. And the first thing you want to do is pull out any moisture. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. All right, so my t-shirt's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and pull out any sort of moisture. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and still use my lint roller to get rid of any lint. All right, I'm going to smooth this back out. All right, we are ready to go. So let's go ahead and get down our first layer, which obviously is Mickey's face. Make sure I don't have any remaining pieces of HTV attached. So that would be bad. So to find the center, you can simply fold him in half. I'm going to line up his ears, get a crease mark right up here at the top. Now the way that I like to do this, I've been doing it for a long time, I take a ruler and get it right up here at the center. So the center of this ruler right here is 9 inches. So I'm just going to get this right here where my tag is, right? So I'm going to get this all the way up at the top of the collar there. And that's going to give me perfectly 3 fingers down. So what I could do is line this up. So I'm going to line the ears up. I've got the center mark that we've made on the 9. And then I can line the ears up at the base of the ruler here. Put this down. And this thing is centered where it needs to be. You're perfect. So that's just another little tip from me. So now we're ready to go. Everything looks good. I can pull this layer off. Don't forget to do that or it's going to be stuck to the plastic. So we're going to peel that off. And we're going to go ahead and press this. Now, since I'm using my 6x7, we're going to have to do it in a few different motions. So I think I can probably do it 1, 2, 3. One question I get all the time when it comes to using my Cricut is, do I need to cover this up? This already has a protective layer, which is this plastic, so you don't have to because this has a coating on it, and I can simply go over my design. Now, if I was using a heat press, I definitely would want to cover it with a piece of parchment paper or butcher paper. You could use copy paper. That's going to protect your iron. Now, with this right here, you can definitely do it as well. So I'll go ahead and show you that today. So you can put down your piece of butcher paper, parchment paper. I get these baking sheets from Amazon. It's like a pack of 400. I'll have it linked down below. They're my absolute favorite right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start going on the design. We're going to hit go and do 3 sections. Now, if I was doing a layered design where it was multiple pieces, I wouldn't do my final press. I would do a tack down for 5 seconds, and then I would do a final tack down at the very end after all layers were down. But since this is a tiny little mouth, I'm going to go ahead and get all of it the correct temperature the first time, and then we'll go ahead and put the mouth down. All right. There we go. So now this is a hot peel. You can peel this hot. So just like that, easy peasy. All right, so what we're gonna do now is add in our tongue. You could leave it like this. You could definitely go without. So you could definitely just exit out of this layer and keep it like this. Huge fan of the way that it looks like this. Super, super cute. But we're gonna go in and add our cute little tongue. So this is that Siser Sparkle, just a little pop. My husband makes fun of me all the time because I say pop, so it's my little pop. Now, a tip is when you're working with a glitter layer, it has to be your last layer. It has to be on top, or it has to be a knockout design where nothing is touching it, or it will come off a t-shirt. It will come apart. The layers will separate from themselves. Now, we don't have to worry about that with this one because this one is like HTV. But when it comes to this one, we definitely have to make sure it's our last layer because you don't want to layer anything on top of glitter or it will come off. So that this Easyweed would come off eventually of this layer of glitter. So don't do that. Make sure you layer this last. Save your big piece that just came off that design, place it back down, and that's going to protect that HTV. So now I'm going to go ahead and go right on top for 15 seconds. Now this is sparkle, so it's going to be the exact same temperature, 305 for 15 seconds. There we go. So now I'm going to peel this off. Just like this, and peel off this. This is a hot peel as well, hot, cold, warm, and there you have it. How cute is that tongue? I love the way this sparkle is. If you guys have not tried the sparkle, definitely give it a chance. So next time you guys make your little HTV order, just order a sheet of it and see what you think. This one is pink lemonade, like I said. That sparkle is everything, and it doesn't have any texture, especially be good for the kids. The one thing about glitter HTV is, you know, sometimes with your arms it rubs up against it. For little small kids, it may be easier to have something that's smooth like this, but I love the way that this came out. I think it's super, super cute. So let's go ahead and make the other one. All right, so we're ready to peel this. Just like so. And now I'm going to go ahead and bump this up to between 315 and 320. And we're going to do 15 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and bump that up to 320. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and line up our last piece. So this is the glitter HTV. So this one has a different setting. So now once again, I can go back in with that same cover sheet, if you will, that came off of the face and ears. So now I can go back over, place back on my baking sheet, cover my tongue, give it a little bit of pressure, and hit go. So now we're going to peel off this and then peel off this piece as well. There we go. Now, if you get any little lines in your other piece of HTV from where you had the plastic cut, simply cover it again with your parchment paper baking sheet and go over it again for just a second or so. Now, I've already turned mine off, but it's still hot, just a second or so, and that's going to smooth right out. So it'll completely take those lines away. So that's a quick tip. I do it right away. All right, so what do you guys think? Which one's your favorite? Are you guys gonna be making this t-shirt? I'll have this file down below, so if you guys wanna go purchase this from Cricut, I'll have this file down below, and I'll also link all of the supplies that I've used today. Now let me know, which one's your favorite? Is it the Siser Sparkle, or was it the Siser Glitter? And let me know down below, have you guys tried Siser Sparkle? What do you guys think about it? Are you going to try it? I want to know. Now, keep in mind, there is another one, like I said, which is the Twinkle. So like I said, it's a little bit of a thicker texture. And as you can see, I made a hair bow with it. I think it's super cute. It's super fun. It kind of reminds me of a rain jacket. So I made this super cute hair bow. If you guys want to see how I did this, let me know in the comments below. But how super cute is this? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.